8 injured in Changhua car crash during school's cycling trip around Taiwan. YouTuber accuses ex of takeover. Her family probed for tax evasion. Opposition leaders unite for reform. China warns nations against appeasing US in trade deals. DHL suspends high-value US deliveries over tariffs. Harvard University sues Trump administration. UK government invests in AI tech for egg farms. John Cena becomes most decorated WWE wrestler in history.
Hello, I'm Wade Lee. Thank you for joining us on Funday News. It is Wednesday, April 23rd, International English Language Day, and here are your top stories. And for today's Taiwan's news, a car driving the wrong way struck students from康桥International School during a cycling tour in Changhua. 8 people were injured. A 15-year-old boy, initially with a coma score of 3, has improved to 8 after surgery but remains in critical condition. The school is considering suspending the tour. Andy, co-founder of the YouTube channel Crowd, accuses ex-girlfriend Jianning's family of seizing the channel. The dispute has gone to court, and Jianning's family is now under investigation for alleged major tax evasion. After questioning, they were released on bail ranging from 30,000 to 200,000 NT dollars. Lawyers warned intentional evasion can lead up to 7 years in prison. At the Opposition Leaders Summit, the KMT and TPP pledged to defend democracy, economic development, and judicial justice. TPP Chair Huang Guocang accused the DPP of abusing the recall system to regain one-party rule, calling it a tool for overturning election results. The event was live-streamed. And in global news, China has warned it will retaliate against countries that strike deals with the U.S. which harms Beijing's interests, as a trade war between the world's 2 largest economies threatens to involve other nations. The warning follows reports that the U.S. plan to pressure government to restrict trade with China in exchange for exemptions from U.S. tariffs. The Trump administration has begun talks with trading partners over tariffs, with the Japanese delegation visiting Washington last week and South Korea set to begin negotiations this week.
I think we're going to make a very good deal with China.
A Chinese Commerce Ministry spokesperson said, China firmly opposes any party reaching a deal at the expense of China's interests. If this happens, China will never accept it and will resolutely take countermeasures. The remarks echoed an editorial last week in the state-controlled China Daily, which warned the European Union against trying to appease the U.S. The comments followed reports that the U.S. plans to use tariff negotiations to pressure dozens of countries into imposing new barriers on trade with China. The BBC has asked the U.S. Treasury Department and the U.S. Trade Representative for responses to the reports. Trump has said that more than 70 countries have reached out to start negotiations since the tariffs were announced.
DHL Express is suspending deliveries to the U.S. worth more than $800 due to a significant increase in red tape at customs following the introduction of Donald Trump's new tariff regime. The delivery giant said it will temporarily stop shipments from companies in all countries to American consumers starting Monday until further notice. Previously, packages valued up to $2,500 could enter the U.S. with minimal paperwork, but due to tighter customs check that came into force alongside Trump's tariffs earlier this month, the threshold has been lowered.
DHL said the change has caused a surge in formal customs clearances. It added that while it is working to scale up and manage this increase, shipments worth over $800, regardless of origin, may experience multi-day delays. Packages worth less than $800, which can still enter the U.S. with minimal checks, will continue to be delivered. However, the White House is set to clamp down on deliveries under $800, specifically those from China and Hong Kong. On May 2nd, when it closes a loophole allowing low-value packages to enter the U.S. without incurring duties. The removal of the so-called de minimis rule will impact companies like fast fashion firm Shein and Temu. Both companies have warned they will raise prices due to recent changes in global trade rules and tariffs.
Harvard University filed a federal lawsuit against the Trump administration to block billions of dollars in proposed funding cuts. The suit, filed on Monday, is part of an escalating feud that intensified last week when the elite institution rejected a list of demands from the administration aimed at curbing diversity initiatives and combating anti-Semitism on campus. President Donald Trump responded by freezing $2.2 billion in federal funding and threatening the university's tax-exempt status.
Harvard President Alan M. Garber said, "The consequences of the government's overreach will be severe and long-lasting." The White House responded later Monday night with a statement. The gravy train of federal assistance to institutions like Harvard, which enrich their grossly overpaid bureaucrats with tax dollars from struggling American families, is coming to an end. Taxpayer funds are a privilege, and Harvard fails to meet the basic conditions required to access that privilege. Garber noted that the funding freeze has affected critical research, including studies on pediatric cancer, Alzheimer's disease, and Parkinson's disease. The administration has also targeted other private Ivy League institutions, suspending $1 billion at Cornell University and $510 million at Brown University.
AI technology designed to improve efficiency on egg farms has been awarded £2.6 million in government funding. The system analyzes data collected from farm sensors, including sounds made by hens, to detect potential problems. The facilitating learning opportunities, cultivating knowledge and welfare through integrated sensing and expertise system has been developed by Oxford-based FAI Farms in collaboration with the Lake Free Range Egg Company in Cumbria and Newcastle University.
The Department for Environment, Food and Rural Affairs, DEFRA, hopes the 3-year trial will enhance animal welfare and eventually lower egg prices for British consumers. FAI Farms claims the system can detect sounds made by birds when they are stressed or unwell and immediately alert farmers. Its BirdBox system is already in use to monitor the hen's environment, track equipment performance, record feed data, and assess egg quality. The technology would help hens live longer and healthier lives and is good for the environment too, because longer-lived fowl have a smaller carbon footprint. If implemented nationwide, DEFRA estimates the project could lead to an additional 1.7 billion eggs laid annually and boost UK farmers' income by £280 million.
WrestleMania has concluded with John Cena making history by winning the World Wrestling Entertainment Championship for a record-breaking 17 times. His victory over Cody Rhodes, aided by a surprise interference from rapper Travis Scott, means Cena has now surpassed Ric Flair for the most world title wins in the company's history. Cena has previously announced his retirement at the end of 2025, meaning this was the final WrestleMania ever for the most decorated wrestler to ever set foot in a WWE ring.
John Cena has set the record! John Cena is a 17-time world champion!
It was a historic night for many reasons, not least because this was the first WrestleMania to air live on Netflix, where it could be watched by many of the platform's 300 million subscribers around the world. The company paid a hefty sum for the privilege, a 10-year, $5 billion deal to bring WWE's weekly shows and monthly events to the streaming service. Netflix's first live broadcast, drawing just shy of 5 million views, appeared to pay off, as WrestleMania aired largely without glitches. And the companies had an even stronger case for the night's significance before the first bell was rung, when WWE announced it had acquired Lucha Libre AAA Worldwide, one of the largest wrestling promotions in Mexico.
The answer for yesterday was B, counterpart. The Taiwanese foreign minister held talks with his Japanese counterparts to strengthen bilateral ties. Did you answer correctly? Now let's delve into today's news. John Cena becomes most decorated WWE wrestler in history. Number 1, interference, 干扰, 干涉. The radio signal was weak due to interference from nearby electronics. Number 2, surpass, 超过, 超越. Her performance in the competition surpassed all expectations. Number 3, set foot in, 踏入, 进入. I had never set foot in a foreign country before my trip to Japan. Next, we have a multiple choice question for everyone to practice. Which answer would you choose? You can write your answer in the comment section. The correct answer will be announced tomorrow. International English Language Day has a relatively recent origin, having first been celebrated in 2010. The United Nations initiated this special day as part of a broader effort to honor multilingualism and cultural diversity across its 6 official languages, including Arabic, Chinese, French, Russian, Spanish, and English. And that's all for today's Funday news. Be sure to tune into Funday news from Monday to Friday and click the link below to join Funday for free. I'm Wade Lee, your host. I'll see you next time.